It is the washing machine.
I'm
on a squiggly chair.
You're rolling everywhere.
I am rolling everywhere. Hello, everyone. Wow, 2 viewers already. Welcome to Henderson, Nevada for the Transport Evolved Cruise CES 2019. This is all the things that we are going to be covering and doing. Let me introduce everybody if you haven't seen some of these people before. Got the wonderful Kate Walton Elliott.
Hello.
Whose top nearly matches my hair.
Yes, it was a style choice.
It was a style choice.
Opposite.
And of course, Erin, that everyone knows, the Transport Evolved animator, par extraordinaire, and Brandon too. Say hi to Brandon too. Brandon is going to be our camera guy. Yeah, exactly. Brandon too.
Yeah,
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon has flown in this morning.
Yes.
Good flight.
I slept most of it, so it was
Great
smooth for me.
Sounds good.
Cool. And Brandon has been busy playing with the camera rigs in the other room, while we have just been kind of catching up on our emails and making sure that everything's right. I feel like we've not been working particularly hard, but this is Brandon's first CES. It is Erin's first CES. And we feel sorry for them, don't we?
Yes, I have great sympathy.
You
But,
do.
You know, they'll get over it in 5 or 10 years with some therapy.
It's okay.
So we are super excited to be back here in Las Vegas for CES 2019. Before we go into the deep dive of what we've got coming up at the show, we're going to cover a little bit about our road trip all the way down from Portland, Oregon, all the way down to Las Vegas. We had some hiccups along the way. We learned some things along the way. But first of all, I want to thank everybody who supports this show via Patreon. We couldn't be doing this right now without your support. So thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon. Thank you to everybody who sends us money, whether it is through our Ko-Fi or whether they watch the YouTube videos and then watch the adverts. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. It's only possible with your awesome help. So, the drive.
The drive.
How was the drive, Erin?
I like your answer. Thank you. It was, the first day was really good. It was very manageable, but I think, like you said, we were talking about this in the car about also the drive back and maybe next time, how we're going to divide the amount of travel we're going to be doing, like her first leg, second leg,
Right.
because it was about 400 going first leg.
Yes.
Second leg was much longer, about 700, 800.
So we did
Yeah,
400
just
miles on the
right.
first day, and then we
Yeah.
did just shy of 800 in the second day.
So yeah, it was very manageable the first one, but the second one was a little.
We had some issues, let's put it like that. Hello to everybody who's watching in the chat room here. I'm going to say hello to some of the people in the chat room here. I'm going to zoom up. We're going to make
There we go.
your chat bigger so that we
bigger.
can see everything that is going on here. Of course, there's been some stuff that's happened while we've been away,
Yeah.
which we'll cover as well,
Mhm.
just so that you know you haven't missed anything out. Think of this in lieu of a usual 10 roundup show,
Mhm.
because we're on the road. We can't make videos while we're driving, obviously.
Yeah.
So we left, what time did we leave? 6 a.m.,
6, yes.
7. I picked you up at 7.
Oh,
Because
the
I
first,
got
the
up
first
at
one,
6.
yeah. The
Yeah.
first one, yes, we left at around like 7:30, something like that.
And that was partly because we had to stop at a UPS
Mhm.
depot and pick up the 2 12 terabyte hard drives that we bought for this event. We've already filled it. I think we've already got 3 terabytes on there just from the
Yeah.
road trip.
Mhm.
So you can see why we've got 24 terabytes of storage. We had to stop and pick that up. So we were faffing around in Portland for a couple of hours, and then we hit the road.
Yeah.
We hit Electrify America for the first time.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you think of Electrify America?
They're very pretty chargers. Their user interface needs a little tiny bit of work. And their cables are really short.
They're very
Right.
short.
And for those who don't know, the Chevrolet Bolt has a charge port right at the front of the car. Well, not at the front of the car, it's kind of in front of the driver's door. And most charging stations, you can just plug in, pull up, plug in, and it's absolutely fine. But this one, No.
No, it'd be extensive readjusting and kind of finessing into the parking spot just to be able to plug it in.
And the first time we used it, there is a touchscreen display on the charging station, and it asks you if you'd like to give it your cell number so that you can get the receipt texted to you and any charge reminders about your charging session. So you enter the number and then you hit confirm. I had heard that the touchscreen interface in the computer system in these charging stations was really rubbish and took a long time to respond.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to respond.
So that was true.
There is some footage, I think. I have the camera still running. There's some footage of me trying to get this charging station to work, and you two sitting in the car just laughing.
Yes, we were mocking you.
Because
it's like, how hard can it be? It's a charger, for goodness sake.
Very hard. Took 3 times.
And we did max out at about 41, 42 kilowatts.
Yeah.
Which was disappointing. It's not really as fast as we go. Did you drive straight from Portland, or did you fly part of the way? We drove, the 3 of us drove all the way from Portland. We flew Brandon in this morning from Albuquerque. So he kind of got a bit of a cheat there.
Yeah, we didn't drive down and collect him. We thought that might be a bit over the top.
A bit far to go.
Yeah.
So we had the hello everybody. Hello Nikki, watching from Australia. Someone said hello from the UK as well. Hello Richard. Hi from Norway, says Cyprus. Go on.
Jeg snakker norsk. En litt.
Yeah, exactly. Kate is learning Norwegian. So if you want to have a conversation with her.
Very bad conversation. I can say skilpadde, which is obviously useful.
What is that?
It's a turtle.
Oh,
okay. Well, okay, you can say turtle in Norwegian.
Nice.
All
more
right.
than I know.
Indeed.
Useful.
So we had problems with the Electrify America charging station. We got working, we got back on the road. Our first day, we nailed every point. In fact, we were ahead of ourselves all day.
Yeah.
We landed, we stopped in Dunsmuir, at Dunsmuir Lodge. And what does he say? Well done. Very, very good, Kate. There you go. So we stopped in at Dunsmuir Lodge, which is on the I-5, just kind of in the Shasta area. And we stopped there because I've stopped there before.
Yeah.
And they have a Tesla destination destination charger, and they have one of those adapters that allows you to plug a normal EV into a Tesla charging station, a Tesla destination charger.
We did have a little bit of trouble getting that
The adapter off.
Yes.
Well, it was so cold, it was like freezing.
It was freezing.
Oh, it was.
It was
actually
a very nice place to stay, though.
Yeah. Turns out the next day they got hit with a snowstorm.
Today, they got hit with a snowstorm. We've just found out that the whole of the I-5, from sort of the border with Oregon all the way down nearly to Redding, is blanketed in pretty heavy snowfall.
Yeah.
I-80 from Sacramento over to Reno, which was our alternative route, is closed in places because of heavy snowfall. Now, I don't know if that's because of the government shutdown and whether people are not ploughing as much as they might be, or whether that's just because the weather was really bad. I don't know quite who pays for ploughing, whether it's Department of Transport in the state or whether it's
a federal
thing. I don't know. So, second day we left at 6 a.m. on the nose.
Yep.
We drove through California. We went to a lovely bakery in Sacramento.
Oh, Sacramento was great.
Yeah,
Sacramento was really lovely.
Yeah.
We pushed on through. We ended up at Bakersfield. Went from Bakersfield to, I can't remember the name of it.
It's another
Barstow. We had to stop and slow charge in Barstow for an hour at the world's coldest McDonald's. Props to Electrify for America for just taking credit cards. Well, we're going to talk about that, actually.
Yes.
That was a problem.
That was a problem.
So we had an issue with Electrify America. We stopped at a charging station. I think that was the one in Bakersfield.
Yes.
Where it wouldn't accept our card.
Yes, I think it was. Yeah.
We swiped it once and it didn't accept it. And there was a problem with the unit. No. We swiped it, there was a problem with the unit. I swiped it again, there was a problem with the unit. I swiped it a third time, it still wouldn't connect. I switched to another unit, and it said your card's been rejected.
Wow.
And what happens is, because there was a failed charging session, Electrify America, the first thing they do when you swipe your credit card is they take your money. So they'll take $50 from your bank account.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't charged, they'll
Yeah.
take $50 to activate the charging station.
It seems like such a risky thing to do
Yeah.
for something that is, slowly becoming something public, it's still, like, EVs are still really foreign and kind of scary to a lot of people in public, so I think that might
But
scare
imagine going to a gas station and putting your credit card in the gas machine and it taking
$50
out of your account.
Yeah.
And then giving you the difference between your $50 and whatever you
just
use
seems like a
back.
really weird way.
Now, we have obviously, because I tried charging a couple of times and it failed, my credit card company then went, this person has tried to take $450 off $50 segments from the same company. That's fishy, and it locked my card. Turns out Electrify America will give you that money back almost instantaneously, but long enough for the Ford machine to have issues.
Whoa,
Debit, apparently, that is a thing that happens at US gas pumps. Debit card users often get a surprise with a $75 pre-authorization.
Which is,
so there we go.
It's still an issue, but it's less of an issue where you have something that's so reliable. A lot of these are new EV chargers, and they are not 100% reliable. And if you have an issue, your first thing with them is to retry. I mean, that's what I've done when I've had issues with chargers. It's like, I'll try 3 times, and then I go, oh no, I'll try another one. And that's instantly $150.
So it was not pleasant.
No.
We only used one slow charger, and that was at the very cold McDonald's. We were there for an hour, and boy, did we need it, because we had to climb up to Baker. To the world's tallest thermometer.
Which is a bit of a disappointment. I'm sorry, Baker. I was kind of expecting like a giant mercury thermometer, not
it's digital.
A big concrete column with digital displays on it. So sorry.
It feels like the town decided that they were going, let's do something to get noticed. Right? Because it's right there in the desert, in the middle of nowhere. I'm moving back so that Brandon's got a bit more space.
In my opinion, the thing that's most interesting about that is the weird, like, train car diner, like the little dining rooms in the McDonald's. I think that's much more interesting. They've retrofitted these so you can eat in a train car.
Nikki, I ended up with $150, 50 times 3 of pre-authorization, so I'm trying to charge my Bolt on Electrify America as well. Yikes. And the person who says that, I know him personally. He travels a long way. He travels up to conventions and things up in Canada and all sorts, and travels up and down I-5 all the time. So I'm sure that he has those issues. Right, so despite the the charging station being not so fast at the world's tallest thermometer, we kind of kept in the car for a bit. We got here at 3.
Yes.
So I was closest in my. We had a thing yesterday driving down. We said who's going to get there first. Erin said 11, I think.
I was very optimistic.
You said 12, and I said 1. So I was closest, and we asked people on Twitter to guess who was going to get there first. I think the winner is Brian Henderson. I need to check, but I think Brian was the one who came closest, because he said midnight. I think there's a couple of people said 8 a.m. and one person said 12 p.m. today.
Oh gosh.
Well, we beat that.
Which was today.
Yay!
So that was our road trip. The fastest charging station, by the way, we used was in. No, that was in Bakersfield.
That was the one in Bakersfield.
That was the one in Bakersfield. The Electrify America one was before Bakersfield. I can't remember what it was. But Bakersfield was really good.
Yeah, that was a charge point.
That was a charge point, and it charged at 50 kilowatts for a large proportion of the charge, and we got back on the road really quickly. People were asking about the luggage rack.
The luggage rack?
Do you want to get the luggage rack?
I can go get the luggage rack.
So for those who don't know, we drove up. Obviously, the Chevrolet Bolt was really small. We're carrying big flight cases, big Pelican cases, what they're like this, aren't they?
Yeah.
Big chunky things with all the camera gear in, because we're bringing a lot of expensive camera gear. We've got our studio computer here. We've got a lot of camera gear and stuff here. And so some of our stuff had to go on the back of the car on a luggage rack. Ta-da! Attached to this thing. Now, this plugs into the hitch on the back of the car. The problem is it tends to go downwards a little bit, and there was about 6 inches of clearance between this and the road.
I don't know that anyone can see anything.
Right here.
I'm trying to see.
You kind of see the white mark right there.
This is where it's all scraped off. Every time we hit the tail,
Here and kind of
a little bit down there. So
So we had tail strike
multiple times
Yeah.
on the.
We had a
It was kind of sweet.
we were counting for a little bit who got how many.
Yeah.
I think I got about like 5 or something. Even
I
in the
think-
short amount of time I was
I
driving,
think
was
I
fine.
lost. But I maintain that I
haven't got
had.
any, so
I maintain that I had the worst bit of driving because I insisted on doing the last bit up to the world's tallest thermometer.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had to drive really. We left Barstow with predicted 58 miles of range.
yeah.
With
We needed 63 to go.
63, yeah.
And we made it with
Extra.
20 miles
20
remaining.
miles remaining. She's good.
Mhm.
She's
All
good.
right, enough about our road trip. We used, by the way, about 300 kilowatt hours to get down here. We did record everything, but there were some boring bits. We're going to try and speed it up and do something fun with it. Anyway, so tomorrow is CES Media Day 1. And we get a lie-in, so we don't have to start until 11.
great.
We don't have to leave here until 11, so we're going to have a Sunday fry-up.
Yeah.
These guys don't know what a Sunday fry-up is, so we're going to make them a Sunday fry-up.
Yeah.
The only thing we don't have is the
Black pudding.
yes. So we have the vegetarian sausages for me and the baked beans and the hash browns
Yeah.
and the bread. But you know,
Yeah.
Bacon.
we did get bacon as well. So we are going to be seeing a couple of companies tomorrow. Now I'm not going to go through the whole list of what we're doing because it really is. This is the schedule that we've created. for
Quite long.
CES. But there are lots of things that come out of this. First thing is autonomous vehicles is the thing du jour
Yeah.
of CES this year.
Mhm.
We have so many different companies, LiDAR, autonomous assistants. We're going to be looking at holographic
Oh, yeah.
cars. BMW is going to be showing us its special thing. Hitachi Clarion wants us to just drive some stuff. We're going to get some demonstrations from some other car companies as well. Nissan's got something to show us.
Yeah.
Obviously, that new car that's going to be unveiled, not confirmed to be the new Nissan Leaf E+, but
Yeah.
we are in Las Vegas,
Yes, we are.
Mhm.
and are we
Going to the biting.
Are we going to the Byton keynote? Well, here's the thing. So Audi have invited us to its event,
Mhm.
and we have to go to that, and it clashes with the Byton event. So I have the Byton stuff on embargo,
Yeah.
and I can't talk
We
to you
can't
about
talk
it.
about it.
I've got the Byton stuff on embargo, so we will cover it. We just won't be at the entire press. So we'll be there to begin with, give Brandon some chance to get some establishing shots.
Yeah.
But then we need to hotfoot it over to a hotel somewhere on the strip where we're going to see Audi and what they're doing. They've got a tie-in with Disney, which I find is really interesting because Nissan has got a big tie-in with Disney at the moment. So there's something.
What are these?
Disney is the big thing at the
going on.
moment, which is really kind of interesting. I think we are going to see the new 2019 Nissan Leaf from Nissan.
Yes.
Nissan have invited us to the event. There is also hints that there might be an SUV involved somewhere. And Nissan's doing this all see the unseen thing.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we're going to see some kind of computer vision software or maybe some advanced safety system that uses augmented reality. I would love to see a car company bring out an AR windshield. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be amazing.
I'll drive down the road at night time and have the augmented reality windshield point out things that you might not be able to see.
Oh, that'd be
Either
awesome.
because of the car's lights in front or just not being able to see so clearly at night time. So I think we're going to see some of that. There's not going to be a huge amount of electric car stuff. I don't think. Hyundai's doing something with fuel cells. I think Kia's doing something with fuel cells. And thank you for reporting. Greetings from, where is that? Golfito, Costa Rica. Fantastic. So many people coming in from so many different parts of the world. It's great.
Yeah.
It's funny because we normally live stream when the UK is still awake. And so we're seeing a completely different group of people watching the live stream.
Yeah.
Hello from Israel. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So, what are we doing? We've got Byton, we've got Nvidia, which we're going to be really excited to see tomorrow. Audi. Obviously, these are going to all be autonomous vehicles. Hello to Yorkshire. No, Venezuela. I thought that said Yorkshire. I'm a bit tired. Hello from Sweden.
Hello from
lots and lots and lots of robotic car stuff. Qualcomm are doing something.
Guten Tag, Germany.
We've got Toyota is
We
doing
have.
something again, and we don't know what Toyota's going to do. Honda's going to be demonstrating some stuff for us later on in the week, so we're going to go and see what they've got. And an interesting one, Varroc lighting system. They've got these new special adaptive light technologies, I think. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The e-tron is going to be here, but we're not going to get to drive it.
Oh.
I did try multiple times to convince Audi to let me drive it. They say there are no drives taking place at CES. Aptiv are here. I did email Aptiv a couple of months ago. I've been emailing Aptiv since going, hey, we're coming to CES. Can we do a feature on you? Hey, we're coming to CES. Can we do a feature on you? Hey, hi, we're coming to CES. Can we do a feature on you? And we went past their booth today on the way to pick up our badges. But nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No.
So there's that. The Honda Dream Drive, which is interesting. Now this is one we're gonna talk about a little bit more. A company called Be Secure. We're gonna go and see them.
Yeah.
And you are highly doubtful about this, aren't you?
Oh, this
This is Be Secure.
Am I allowed to say what they're unveiling? Because I can't remember if that's embargoed. Is that embargoed?
I don't believe so. They're unveiling something that uses.
It uses a biometric system to allow you to
Just leave
access
it at
your
that.
vehicle.
Yeah, a biometric system that
But
caters.
as with my medical background, I'm somewhat suspect of how effective this will be in a wide range of circumstances.
Yep. We're also doing car companies that are talking about driver attentiveness, and that's really important, I think. We've talked about all these autonomous vehicle technologies, but we don't talk about driver attentiveness.
Yeah.
And we hear about people crashing Teslas and crashing all the other vehicles. It's not just Tesla.
Oh no.
Crashing all kinds of vehicles that have advanced driver assistance systems because you get distracted, right?
Yeah.
The car is doing some of the work, you get distracted, and that means that the car is more likely to crash, right? If you are not paying attention. If the car's not more likely to crash, I'll revise that. If the car comes across a situation that it cannot handle and you are not paying attention, you're more likely to crash. And of course, General Motors with the Cadillac Super Cruise system, there are cameras that track your eye movement. And if the car thinks you're not looking at the road ahead, it has a go at you. And interestingly, because of that, you can take your hands completely off the steering wheel of the Cadillac Super Cruise. Everyone else, you have to keep your hands on the steering wheel. So this is an interesting one. Going live now, I was about to go to bed. I'm sorry, Pierre.
Oh, sorry.
That's bad. Ford are doing something. We haven't heard back from Ford. Ford is like, I don't know, they're not returning our emails. Call me maybe. I mean, like we can only do so much, right? We can only cover so much. And there will be stuff that we are covering that we will not be able to cover. So we'll be looking at some other stuff too. I mean, really new smart type of battery technology. We're going to try and see if we can track someone down about graphene batteries because you guys want to know about graphene. Supercapacitors, graphene batteries. We get asked that on such a regular basis. So we're going to be trying to track those down.
I've got my open source stuff that I like to look at. So
we're going to do open source car tech.
Open source car tech, which I think is really important as a way to, ensure that you're getting safe, effective software.
And also right to repair in the future. So it's an interesting thing because open source not only means that you then get the right to repair your vehicle in the future, but open source has been proven in many situations to be more secure. Because people are examining the code base. Other people who have the knowledge who go, oh, look, there's a bug here. Let me fix that for you. As opposed to a walled garden where very often bugs go unnoticed or unlistened.
Security through obscurity doesn't work.
All right. Now, Pierre says, try and ask Nissan what they did with the software in the battery, which is, I guess we should probably come to this. We're going to try and we'll wrap this up in a short while. But Nissan, this week, a couple of bloggers, including Bjorn Nyland, a couple of others, said we think that Nissan has solved the rapid gate issue. For those who don't know, rapid gate was the issue where if the Leaf was, the 2018 Leaf was charging at a rapid charging station and the battery pack got too hot, Nissan was throttling down the power to stop the car from overheating, stop the battery from overheating.
Okay.
Because the Leaf's battery pack is not actively cooled like the Bolt EV and many other EVs on the market.
Yeah.
There's no liquid coolant flowing around to keep the car warm. And as a side, we'd never have been able to have made that trip yesterday in the Leaf.
No, because after probably the first charge,
First two charges, we would have slowed down. But it appears that Nissan has solved that problem and they fixed the rapid gate issue with software, which is interesting.
Yes.
So we'll see what is going on with that. I'm not going to pass judgment, just so that you know, I was aware of it. We had a 2018 Nissan Leaf over the Christmas holiday, and Nissan was very insistent that Transport Evolved reviewed it again and had it again. We did a first drive review.
Yeah.
And I reviewed it, and I don't want to preempt the conclusion. Sadly, we didn't get a chance to do any B-roll capture because the weather was atrocious and we were getting ready for this trip.
Yeah.
But there is a review on the way. It's
Yes.
on one of the hard drives if I have time. And, you know,
When you're copious free time.
copious free time in the next
Yeah.
week, we'll try and edit it and push it out the door. So I'm going to try and ask those questions about liquid cooling, as will Kate and Erin and Brandon. We'll see what they will do. All right. So the other thing is Tesla. Fantastic Q4.
Indeed.
New records. They missed out on their target just a little bit when it comes to deliveries, but it was only a little bit. And I think some commentators who were saying, oh, they were being a bit harsh. Now, those deliveries, congratulations to Tesla. That is fantastic that you've managed to get so many cars out. My only concern is that those cars are high quality. And I've heard some rumors and some stories of people complaining that their cars were not necessarily what they wanted.
Okay.
Also, Rich rebuilt.
Oh yes, his
wants to-
ordering the Tesla. Yes, so buying a used Tesla, there have been reports before of some issues with how long it takes you to get the Tesla when you buy a used one, and it appears to have been pretty much confirmed
By Rich.
by Rich, who I don't think he has his Tesla yet.
Tesla Model X, no. He
Which
bought a
he-
Tesla Model X nearly 2 months ago now.
Yes, which he's paying for insurance on.
Which I don't know why he's doing that.
No, I don't understand that. But
That's by the side.
but both of us have the same insurance company.
We do, and
make
they
us
wouldn't
pay
do
for
that.
a car we don't
Yeah.
have. But you know,
So, I mean, that's an interesting one, and some incompetency, but we can set that aside because in some ways you can say, well, Tesla was trying to focus on the new cars and not getting cars through. And Andy says, Rich's secondhand debacle was a bit illusion shattering.
yes.
And while I love what Tesla has done, and I love Tesla's vehicles, I think the Model 3 is a fantastic car. I wouldn't be able to own one myself because, as I said before, I need a hatchback and money. I need a hatchback. The Model S is lovely. The Model X is really complicated. But do I have any thoughts on a Tesla coupe? I think that would be great, but I don't think Tesla should be making that yet.
No, they need.
Tesla's got to stop making high-end products.
Yeah.
It's got to start drilling down and selling those $35,000 Model 3.
3,000, I'll take one.
$35,000 Model 3. Talking of which, Tesla has slashed the prices of its S, X, and 3
Yeah.
to take into consideration the drop in federal tax rebates.
Yes.
So obviously Tesla's reached the end of its... so Tesla has sold 200,000 electric cars, which in the United States means that the $7,500 federal tax rebate for EVs has started to ramp down. And it ramps down in the second month following the month in which they hit 200,000. So they hit 200,000 towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
So they had a month where it was a grace period, and then another month, and then it's rolling down. So Tesla has started to drop the price of its cars so that customers are effectively paying the same price as they were when Tesla had the $7,500 federal tax credit.
Yeah.
It works by quarter, not month. Sorry, I always get it wrong, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
I arrived at 3:30. We arrived at 3.
Yeah.
I went to bed about 3:30, got to sleep at 4,
You
and I
had
was
to wake up.
I was up
Yeah.
at 7 to pick Brandon up from the airport. So
Everybody was tired today.
Yeah. Will this price be for everything? I don't think it's outside of the US, but I need to confirm that. My concern is that Tesla is eating into its margin.
Yeah.
Yes.
And every time it does that, it makes it harder for Tesla to produce that affordable mass market Model 3.
Yeah.
And let's face it, if you can afford to buy a $70,000 car, you can probably afford to buy a $37,000 car or a $33,000 car.
Yeah. And they're reaching the point of where other people are going to start taking their cake.
Well, I mean, so many car companies are coming to market now with EVs that haven't really made large amounts yet. No drop in Canada because of the exchange rate. There you go. What impact will it have on people holding back for it? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. As it says in the chat, point of sale discounts also help with insurance cost. You've changed your name. That's what's throwing me. I can recognise your icon. I know who you are. And I keep wanting to use the other name or your other name or your other name, and I'm like, I can't keep up. Highway trucks already have driver alertness monitoring. Once Tesla makes the pickup, they can probably start to price things like other companies: high margin pickups, low margin supplies. Tell Kate that she did a super review.
Yay!
Yeah.
So do you want to give us a quick update on that?
On the i3, it is broken again. So the reversing camera has now broken. Yes. Yeah.
When did that happen?
Well, it was probably it's actually been broken for a while, but I wasn't sure that it was the camera that was faulty or whether it was just that we don't wash our cars and it's faulty.
So it's confirmed.
So now I've cleaned the rear camera and given it a really thorough clean, and it's just blurry and horrible, and you can't really see anything through it. So we'll be going back for that again at some point.
So like Dr. Niro, you're making use of your extended warranty.
Oh yes, I'm making excellent use of the extended warranty.
So I think what we should do is tot up all of the things that you've done.
Yeah.
And try and get actual dollar monetary values for all of these things.
Yeah, I'll talk to my service advisor and see if I can get actual prices for each
because that would be
item.
really useful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be really useful. I know that Doug DeMuro purchased his Range Rover a couple of years ago now from CarMax, and he got a CarMax extended warranty. And the Range Rover's had, I think, several, like tens of thousands of dollars of things, fixed.
Well, I know from when we bought it, the guy selling us the extended warranty gave us the price for a reversing camera, and I thought this was just a random thing, but clearly
he knew what was going on.
And that was, I think, certainly over $500, probably around $1,000, $2,000, because the service time at BMW is really expensive.
So Enrique says, "Hey Nikki, come down to Miami. I'll make you Cuban food." So should I go down to Miami?
I mean, Florida has really good Cuban food.
Okay.
There's some pretty
native Floridian in the room.
Yeah.
So
there's some places in Orlando that have pretty good Cuban sandwiches.
Do we think the Chinese cars may hit Australia soon? I hope so. That'd be good. Depends on how compatible the Chinese cars are, really. Australian road rules, that's very true. So anyway, I think we've covered everything that I wanted to cover.
Yeah.
We are going to have a night off. Woo!
I'm going to sleep. That's what I'm going to do.
And we are going to be up at the butt crack of dawn. Now, just as a reminder, I'm not going to beg, but us coming here to CES has cost us somewhere in the region upwards. It's going up of about $6,000.
No,
so
don't tell me that.
If you want to support us and what we do, please go to patreon.com/transportevolved and make a donation there. If you don't want to do that, make a super chat here, and we'll keep it running for a few more minutes. Make a super chat here, or go to Ko-fi and send us some coffee money. So far, we've had $90 worth of Ko-fi payments, which have gone directly to paying for food for these people.
Yes.
Frustratingly, they require nutrition.
I know.
You can't just plug us in. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we're not EVs.
Yeah.
And for those people who are saying, why does it cost so much? Well, it's pretty simple. You've got to pay for this place.
Food,
Yeah,
Lodging, travel,
Mhm.
wages,
Yeah.
salary, whatever, equipment. We had to buy some extra equipment to come down here.
Mhm.
So it all adds up pretty quickly. And I think it's going to be worth it. I think
Yeah.
this year we're going to do it differently.
Mhm.
This year we're going to do little short 3, 4, 5-minute segments on each thing we do. We're going to do a daily roundup every day with a wonderful Brandon doing a 2-person shot for us.
And we could split up into groups.
And we're going to
Yes.
split that into groups. So the link for Coffee Money is crush it at CES, guys.
Yay!
Perry, thank you, Perry.
Thank you,
Perry.
Yeah, we will. Link for Coffee Money is ko-fi.com/. Let me see if I can find it here. I will find it. Sorry, you're going to get me right up in the camera here. ko-fi.com/transport evolved, I think. See if that works. Yeah! Here we go. Control room. I wonder if BMW do the Mini to make an EV. I heard rumors about it. I don't know. I don't know. Show.
Yeah, but that is where it started with their Activity. That was kind of a
Yeah.
mini.
When you get a moment, check the short throw projectors. I think they're not transport, but still cool. We will. And I'm sure we'll lose Brandon to the camera section at some point.
Oh gosh,
Is there anything you really want to see other than cars at CES?
Oh gosh, I mean, everything just looks so cool when you're walking through. You got to see like some of the stuff they're already setting up. Everything, everything was awesome. I just want to just walk around and just see everything.
There's one thing I did see that's really cool is that it's a rig that takes a camera and I think it's a bunch of cameras.
Oh yeah.
And it'll take pictures of you around and it will create like almost like a 3D model of you.
In real time.
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
It's well, I don't know if it's in real time, but it's really quick because it's all right there.
Right. It was like
It looks so cool.
circular
Their
cage.
setup was amazing.
I want to try and see some of the personal mobility stuff. I'm
That'd
kind of
be it,
interested
yeah.
in that.
Fun.
We did get some very strange pictures.
Oh no! I like the toothbrush one.
Oh yeah, we got
Toothbrush was
pitched a
weird.
toothbrush, a smart toothbrush that connects to your dentist.
It's got an AI in it, so it'll
Yes.
give you tips on
So
how
it
to
tells
brush
on
your
you.
teeth.
It tells on you if you're not brushing your
Yeah.
teeth.
You're not
wow.
bossing.
I'm hoping that wireless power charging, we'll see some of that.
Yeah, we might. Yeah.
Kate, is there anything that you would like to see that isn't?
There isn't cars. I don't know. I just love.
Thank you,
wandering
Milan.
around.
Thank you.
I just enjoy wandering around and seeing what random things they're sticking AI into. It's just pointless, but it's quite entertaining.
It is. I mean, as I think we said last year, 90% of what we're going to see is BS.
I'm excited for that.
Someone might wash my phone while we're there, so that'll be exciting.
Yes, if you go into the toilets, there is an advert for phone washing
Yes.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
What
Because
is,
because your phone is dirty.
because you're on the toilet. Everyone knows when you're on the toilet, you play with your cell phone, right?
Well,
As long as you're not taking taking selfies, I really don't care. So we'll see what Ford's doing as well. Ford's got a couple of things going. So yeah, your phone is a wretched hive of scum.
That is actually pretty accurate.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
Ford's last big high-tech announcement was to put 14 cameras on its Super Duty line. Yawn. Thank you, Obi. Coffee sent. 3D
Thank
figures,
you.
cam hack, facial recognition. Yes. Is it?
Oh yeah.
Are you willing to discuss
Oh.
facial
Oh
recognition?
yeah. We were.
Oh yeah, well I mean facial recognition is already pretty, I mean it's not very reliable at the moment. And I'm not saying that it's never gonna be, but at the moment you can most of it you can get by with just a photograph. My this is a OnePlus 6 and my wife can unlock it by looking at it and she does not look like me.
Yes, you.
bro.
So
Yes, you are brown
and
she is
not.
Caucasian.
Yes. So I have. There was this long discussion we had in the car yesterday about how we tend to put up with things in technology terms as soon as they kind of work, and facial recognition kind of works, so we put up with it despite the fact it's hideously insecure, which is also true of a lot of biometric just general biometric
Yeah.
things. Like you can fake a fingerprint fairly easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Not that I
you.
do that.
Thank you for the
Thank
euros. The pin is better. Not phone recognition. No, God.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, Ford small Ecotec engines would make a great range extender in a Super Duty. 300 kilowatt hours of batteries plus a range extender. Cummins Super Duty. You know, you pretty much nailed our little video that we did exactly on that topic, right? We did a video on plug-in hybrid pickup trucks.
Yes.
She's going, did we?
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. I was thinking about the camera, phone, and the security theater.
Right. Yes. Anyway,
Security theater.
I think we're going to go and have some supper now.
Yay!
And
I did do a video on that. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else.
it's a very good animation.
Oh yeah, I did.
Very good animation.
Right.
We will also be debuting. Actually, do you want are the t-shirts done?
I think they might be dry. I can go check.
Go and grab one of each. We're going to be debuting a couple of new t-shirts at Transport Evolved's appearance at CES. And we are going to start selling them in the store. We're going to hold off on selling them for a couple of... one of them's already in the store. I don't mind pointing that out. One of them is already in the store, but we've got another one coming very soon, which Erin's just outside.
So now we're just going to fill time for a moment.
We are going to fill time. So how are you, Kay?
I'm absolutely knackered.
So-
Excited but knackered.
Right, so we're not going to do that tomorrow then. No. Somebody was asking me the other day, I'm going to wear my contact lenses at CES because they don't like it when I wear my glasses because the lights bounce off my phone. If you think I'm going to wear contact lenses for 12 hours
at CES
in an environment that is very often smoke filled, because Las Vegas has a very strange attitude towards
It's famous
smoking.
for something. Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's just like it's not going to happen. I'm afraid. I'm taking a week off of contact lenses. They will be back when I come back, but for now, I'm going to use my regular peepers. And we have the t-shirts coming. Okay, so that was so clever. Shot there. So this is the first of the designs. There you go. You hold that, Brandon. So it's 1.21 gigawatts.
Indeed.
And then look at that.
And it's a DeLorean in front of a Tesla power bank, which we thought was pretty cool. And then, for those of you who like retro themed stuff, this is our new Transport Evolved tee that will be available shortly after the show. And this one has been, I said we wanted something retro, like 1970s theme.
Yeah.
And so it's got a horse. It reminds you of the old Mustang. I don't know if that's where you got the design, the design inspiration from. But
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't.
Old Mustang.
I didn't
ads.
copy it. I didn't. I swear.
Okay, so horse, and then we've got an early. That's a carriage, right? Then we've got an early horseless carriage, and then we've got a muscle car, and then we've got an EV at the bottom. So this is going to be also in the store in different colours. We've got different colours.
Take the shirt.
Yeah, she's done with it.
The retro shirt in the resolution of YouTube looks like a partially deconstructed giant. What are your thoughts on Chinese landing on the dark side of the moon? Will this tech end up in our self-driving cars? I don't know. Looks like it's right out of Ready Player One. Great book. Ready Player One. Have you read it?
Oh, I listened to the audiobook.
Hey, with Will Wheaton reading it. That's great.
That
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah, we've been filling Erin's head with ideas of books recently. So
I'm reading the Jurassic Park series now because I love the movies. I haven't read the books.
You're not going to be reading anything for next week.
No.
I can try.
She brought a book with her. I'm like,
She's read it a little bit. She did read it in the car, but she fell asleep in the car last night.
That's true.
I did.
It was kind of sweet.
You say secret pics while she's
No,
Don't do that. I've had that happen, and I
We would
don't
not
like
do
it.
that.
put in a little filter.
No! I can't tell if I'm England or America in this chat room. So cool. Well, this is what happens when you get, both sides of the Atlantic, and
Look,
you've got
it's
like
split
4
down the
different
middle.
nationalities represented.
She's very informed.
5, 6.
Hmm?
6, 1, 2, 3, sort of.
Well, me.
Yeah, 3, sort of.
Sort of.
Based on your mongrel heritage.
Well,
2 for me, 3
Two
for
for my
me,
parents,
2
one where
for
I'm
me.
born.
And you've got a couple, and I don't know where you're from.
Very, very European.
No, I'm not going to say. Right, so we are done. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And as always, keep evolving. Bye.
Press the end stream button. Yes.